I hope that you can listen to me wide and clear. If you have any issue, please raise your question or your remark in the chat session, so we are able also to give you a feedback. Jocelyn, is my audio okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. And let's see, Jeroen, are you there? Jeroen and Simon? Otherwise, I start in the meantime, since we are some minutes late. So welcome to everyone. Today we will deep dive about the new software release for DICENTIS Wireless system and the opportunity that brings to the market. In terms of webinar consideration, of course, this webinar is being recorded. All the questions will be answered in the end of the presentation. So please put all the questions in the chat, and we will go through in the end of the meeting. In the meantime, as a presenter, I will guide you through this new batch of functionalities. I'm Luca Galli, currently Regional Marketing Manager EMEA for the conference business, and Szymon Chelowbowski is the Application Specialist Conference that will support me in this very short journey today, going through the application part. Also, Jeroen de Grauw will support us with questions and maybe some more technical topics. I don't know, Simon and Jeroen, if you are able, now to join and to speak. Are you there? Otherwise, I will continue. And okay, we have one question. So let me see. Because someone raised the hands. But yeah, I don't get it. So how is the audio, Jocelyn? Okay. I saw someone raising the hand. Okay, the audio is okay. Perfect. Good. So let's go ahead. The objectives today are introduce integration and new features of 2.20 software version, and we will touch several topics. So we will start with the introduction to wired, wireless, and hybrid meetings. DICENTIS Wireless 2.10 software version, so the improvement that we have, and required components, upgrading wireless system, configuring the remote connection, and some hints and tips in order to be able to fulfill all the configuration in an easy way. Then we will have some time to answer the question and answer session. So currently, jumping on the wired and wireless concept, we have I would like to introduce you to the different setup about conference system. So what does it mean getting a wired and a wireless system, and the connection with the remote participant that is the hybrid. As a starting point, I would like to highlight the fact that every meeting, usually is thought to get people connected, able to share, experience, contribution, such kind of things. And it's important in this case, to get in touch with the eye contact, body language. So the meeting, the interaction is always best perceived in person. So that's why we as Kinfinity and Bosch designed a complete, platform for this kind of meetings and conference. So the Bosch conference solutions are thought to facilitate the decision making and the interaction, the contribution between persons in a wide range of environments and application. Of course, the typical environment of a conference system, as you can see here, we have a classical environment with several delegates can be fulfilled in terms of technology with two different setup. The first one, speaking about the DICENTIS platform, is the DICENTIS wired setup. So a full wired system with all the functionalities in. And there is also a possibility to install a complete DICENTIS wireless system. So these are the two typical setups of a conference venue. Of course, if we deep dive a little more in the technology we would like to use, we can find out some, let me say, pros and cons in using the different technologies. If we take a look to wired, wired units provides more reliability and stability because the fixed position, the cabling provide a consistent quality in terms of audio and also video and content sharing. Wireless units are, of course, more sensitive to interference, are battery dependent, but if we look from flexibility, side, wired has lower flexibility than wireless because wireless can be moved and adapted to different environment. If we look from cost efficiency as an example, is that the wired is cost effective for fixed setup, and the wireless is higher for permanent use. Flexibility, the wired is low and the wireless is high because as mentioned, we can move and adapt in different maintenance is more or less the same. It is interesting also to see that in historical sites, the wireless is ideal because there's no impact, in the environment. So looking from left and right on wired and wireless, we see pros, cons, but at this point, if we can go with a mixed technology, then we can indeed improve the quality of our conference system, because combining wired and wireless, we can get the stability of the wired mixed with the flexibility of wireless, we can get best of both in terms of cost efficiency. In historical sites, we can indeed install some wired units in the side where we can easily, lay down cables and then complete with wireless. We can maybe add wireless when is needed and higher number of participants. So definitely the wired wireless mix is a win-win approach. And so I'm really glad to say that now in the end, with the DICENTIS Wireless, we can have a third, configuration that allow to get both wireless conference units connected together with wired. And this is very nice because this is the part that is fulfilling the needs about on-premise conference. So people that want to stay in the environment. And from August 2025, it is indeed possible, to get this configuration. Then we can add the next one. So the next element that is the remote participation, also called hybrid. This is also an interesting facility functionality because we experience, especially after COVID, the fact that the increased workplace flexibility, the reduced travel time and costs, and the smaller carbon footprint had a biggest impact, in the conference world, especially the increased workplace flexibility, because people now is used also to work from home. So the smart working environment growth indeed a lot. And so it is also needed to attend the meetings from, cloud connected hybrid solution. And in this case, the market already provide a nice solution. If we look to the efficient online meetings, platform like the one we are using, WebEx, our Teams or Zoom, are quite efficient for online meetings. The participant, they can contribute from anywhere, but in the end, there is no native connectivity to on-site conference system. It can be only interface the audio and some other functionalities, but not too much and not in a native way. And that are missing all the professional functions, especially the direct link and the same experience as being in the venue. In the venue, you can manage and structure on-site meetings. You have professional functions like voting and interpretation channels available. You have superior audio quality, and you have the highest reliability and security. Of course, the minus that requires on-site presence. So that's why, again, here we as Bosch got the best of two worlds, and we connected in order to have a native solution that is our DICENTIS hybrid meeting that keep the conference level on the next step. So you can get convenient, connected, and confidential meeting, either you are on-premise or remote with a remote access. This is more or less the overview. That also brings our conference venue to jump in the next level, meaning that with DICENTIS wired and wireless system, you can, as an add-on, also have access to the remote participation, so to our hybrid solution. This is the complete setup of the DICENTIS conference platform by using DICENTIS wireless unit, DICENTIS wired unit, and Bosch Cloud solution. Where you can connect either from a mobile device or a laptop PC. The key benefits in the end from hybrid can be summarized in 5 pillars, and we have a native solution completely designed and developed by Bosch, an optimized meeting experience because the remote participant has the same right, look, and feel as participating on premise. And you also have one central meeting because everything is controlled via our application, the meeting application. So you don't need to install extra software, extra laptop. Everything is in one place and can be easily managed, even with more client if you want, but you don't need different software platform, different devices. Ensure security. Currently, we just got the ISO 27000 and 27701 certification for data protection, and all cloud services are provided by Bosch. So also with cloud services, we also get the pen test. We passed the pen test, penetration test. We have a partnership with Microsoft, so it's encrypted and secured as a conference environment. Jumping on the DICENTIS Wireless 2.10 software version. Yes?
Before you jump, I just wanted to report that I am here with you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Simon. Thank you for joining.
You can hear me, yes?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you very well. Okay, so good to get you here because now we are going a little more in the technical details, and the next chapter. In the next chapter, we are going to check, the functionalities and the improvement we've got in the DICENTIS Wireless 2.10 version. So the first implementation is the extension with Dante input and output. So this is available in the standalone mode. Means that when you get out take out from box your wireless access point, the Dante input and output are there. Of course, they are switched off for security reason. As you can see here, are muted all out of the box due to security. But you can simply, switch on the Dante, and then you get the same routing option as the analog input output. So you have one Dante input, one Dante output, and can make use of it also together with the analog one. To get this functionality available on the existing wireless access point, so the one you already have on field, you need to upgrade the firmware by using the upload tool from Bosch. Then, as mentioned, we have the mix between wireless and wired unit. In this case, the wireless access point is able, to share the audio channel through the Dante facility, and of course data are shared via the data side, and all the audio, as mentioned, is exchanged via Dante. The preparation and control of both wired and wireless units are managed via meeting application and synoptic control. The meeting application is the software that manage all the system, and the synoptic control is a web page you can customize upon your needs. So quite easy, because you only have to set the system for wire mode when you configure, and then you set the system to wireless mode when you have to manage the meeting preparation and the control. There is, of course, support for interpreter desk and Integrus. Keep in mind that the interpretation channel can only be shared via the wired units. So if you need the interpretation channels also shared with the wireless units, so the delegates that are using the wireless units, you have to equip an Integrus transmitter with radiators and IR receivers, because no language selection is available on the wireless device. Then next step, if you want to add the hybrid, as mentioned, you can do it, and same setup and preparation and control as you do with the wired and wireless. You only have as an addendum the media gateway that is the part is part of the platform, the DICENTIS platform, that is taking care about managing the stream of audio and video. You have exactly the same functionalities you get with wireless and wired. With hybrid, you can get interpretation, shared with remote participants. And again, no language selection in wireless device, but it's possible to select the language from remote participants. Then we also improved the security of the system with password enforcing in the WPA2 key and the change on the network. And another important improvement that is very clearly described in the software release note is the so-called improved channel switching behavior. So we worked in terms of improving the channel switching in the crowded Wi-Fi environment. So we worked on the algorithm in order to get a better selection of the preferred channel. So we increased the history buffer from 5 to 50 samples and the counter to determine how often a channel is used. So is added to select and not often used channel, as an example. So this is something that is in the release note, and if you or your customer needs to have a clear understanding about the improvement, you can easily find in the release note. Jumping now in the required components, so we are step by step deep diving more and more in the configuration side. This is looking at the wired plus hybrid release November 2023. This is the typical setup you need to consider when you go with wired DICENTIS conference system here and remote participant here. So it's quite easy, straightforward. You need your DICENTIS system, the switching part to manage cameras and other stuff. The server 3 is more or less the core, together with the APS2, the core of the system, because it's the one managing the media gateway and is the one that, through the internet connection, deals with the remote attendance. What do you need, to get it up and running? It's quite easy and straightforward. You need a DCNM server 3. You need a software version higher than 6.0. Of course, you need your wired discussion devices like DCNM-D, as an example, with microphones. You need a professional license plan. Professional license plan means a subscription. So there is the subscription or prepaid plan in order to be able to use the hybrid, or a demo license. The demo license is also including 6 hybrid participants. Then you need the internet connection, a Dante controller installed. You need the access to the building technology co-system activation site, so our system activation site, because you need to activate your licenses. And for hybrid, you have to sign the terms and condition of use. This is a standard document, is also called DPA. So and it is important to know that currently you can use hybrid in more than 30 countries worldwide. From November 2023, we have hybrid available, and the countries in green are the one where a hybrid system can be installed. I mean, if I have the venue on premise in Spain you can also install a hybrid system, and you can connect from anywhere in the world. Okay, the green is only indicating where you can buy a hybrid license, but then you can get access from worldwide, just to be clear. If we go to the next step, from April 2025, you can also manage a wireless conference system together with a hybrid system. In this case, it is exactly the same as you do with wired. The only thing you need is to add a DCNM server 3 that takes care about the media gateway and the internet connection in order to manage the remote participant. So also this configuration is quite easy and straightforward. What do you need? It's also here quite easy, because looking from wireless side, you need a DICENTIS Wireless software version higher than the 2.0, a DCNM wireless access point with a discussion device and microphones. And as you can see, you don't need any license on wireless side, because you only need licenses on the so-called wired size. Wired size means that you need a DCNM server 3 with a DICENTIS software version higher than 6.50 and a professional license plan or a demo license. So again, the subscription license or prepaid licenses in order to manage the hybrid, together with internet connection, Dante controller, the access to our website to register the licenses, activate licenses, and assign the terms and condition of use, or the so-called data privacy agreement documents. And then everything is able to run in a smooth way. Here is the next step then, because after wired plus hybrid or wireless plus hybrid, here you have the complete setup. So you can have DCNM, APS2 and wired configuration. Then you can get wireless, full wireless configuration with the server and the remote participant. So here you have wired, wireless, and remote participant, everything connected in one environment with the same look and feel and the same rights. And this is from August 2025 available. What do you need here? Here you need a DICENTIS Wireless software version higher than 2.10. So to get the mix, you need the 2.10 instead of the 2. And on wireless side, you need DCNM Server 3 with the DICENTIS software version higher than 6.60. Again, the same, let me say, tools and products you need for the configuration of the system. Also here important is to know that you need a professional license plan or a demo license. Professional license plan because you have hybrid, and so you have to go with a subscription model. Last but not least, the wireless plus wired. So if you only need wireless plus wired without any hybrid solution, also here it's quite straightforward. You have your wired system, your wireless system, a DCNM server 3, and nothing more. In terms of what you need, again, on wireless side, you need a software version higher than 2.10 with the wireless access point and microphones. Server 3 with a software version higher than 6.60. In this case, since you do not have any hybrid, you can choose in terms of license, you can choose for a perpetual plan or professional plan. Perpetual is the plan where you buy the licenses and you get the license a lifetime for the entire lifetime of the platform. And the professional license plan is the one under subscription or prepaid approach. And the rest is exactly the same as the previous configuration I shared. So these are all the setup that you can easily get in the different setup. And let's go ahead. Upgrading wireless system. I don't know, Simon, if you are still there and you want to add something. Okay. Let's go checking how to upgrade the wireless system. Also here we have a few steps, quite easy. And the first one is to download the software version, of course, wireless 2.10 and wireless 6.60. And you have then to extract the files. Quite easy and straightforward, because you can download from our portal the software, and here there is also the link, and you can unpack the content in order to have everything available on your laptop. Then you need to access your DCNM wireless access point, also quite easy, and connect to the wireless discussion system. In this case, getting access to the DCNM access point, you open a web browser, you connect to your DCNM app by using the local connection DNS or what it is. This is the web page about how to configure and update the system. And then when you connect your wireless discussion device, make sure your discussion devices are connected. Make sure, verify that all the devices are in. Go to the system settings, as you can see here. And then you can jump on the seats and start your configuration. Third step is upgrade the wireless software and switch to the DICENTIS control mode. Also here, quite easy, because with the upgrade button, you can easily upgrade your system, as you can see here. So, and you choose your certificate, and then you can move and go and change to DICENTIS Controlled. So also this one is quite easy and straightforward. Then next step is the Omnio firmware upgrade. Omnio, you know, is the platform that share audio and control. Also in this case, it's quite easy, because this is the Omnio firmware upgrade. And if you want to route audio between wireless and wired components, you have to upgrade the DCNM wireless access point using the Omnio firmware upload tool. Here you have the wireless access point, you click on update, and everything is done. Then you have to assign devices, and then you can start using the system and switch to the DICENTIS wireless system. So also here, you can assign the devices. It's quite easy, because in the meeting application, you can easily assign the devices. You can adjust the meeting application, and then you can set up the DICENTIS wireless system. So when you click here, you go in the configuration where you have a mixed wired and wireless unit. Last but not least, you can manage the audio Dante routing by using the Dante controller that is included in the software package. So this is all in terms of how to upgrade the wireless system, and we can go and check how to configure the remote connection. Because with the hybrid, you of course need to do some further configuration. Again, Simon and Jeroen, are you still there? Can you join me? Otherwise,
Yes.
I will continue. Okay, so do you want to take care about this part, Simon?
Yeah. Let's maybe Luca, you just follow, and I'll step in because I'm a bit stressed out that the connection will drop again. So.
Okay. Okay. So I will continue by my side. Maybe you can.
Yeah, if I have something to add or to extend
Okay.
what you're saying, then of course I'll step in.
Okay, great. Going on to configure the remote connection, it's also here quite easy in terms of process because you have to check the configuration in the meeting application. Here you can easily get in and configure the audio in the meeting application, setting the Dante input output in mix minus and process. So you have to select a mix minus setup. You can configure the interpretation in the meeting application if you have, of course, for multilingual meeting. And it's also here quite straightforward to assign to the Dante and what you need. The Dante audio routing then is something that you can always manage and check by using the Dante controller, as I already explained for the wireless. So also here it's quite easy. Then you go here in the user configuration in the meeting application. So you can select persons and you can add all the persons name. You can change the password to be assigned to get access to the hybrid. So also here it's something that you do in the meeting application. So you don't need to use other software. Then in the meeting preparation, you can add people, to the agenda. So you can select the participants. So you have a list and you can add it. Then you can invite remote people. So you can copy the URL of the meeting, so this one, and then you can share the link via email to the remote participants, so they can easily click on the link and get access with, I don't know if it's here. Yes. If it's here, they can get access from remote. Then you can activate the meeting, Okay, so with the meeting application, you can activate the meeting you prepared. And once you activate the meeting, it's easy also to connect as remote participant because clicking on the link that is shared via email, you get this page. So you can write down the username and the password that has been assigned, and then you get in. So this is a typical page of the remote participant. You have the button, to ask to speak. So this is the button that put the participant in the speaker queue if if everything is already crowded and they cannot speak because all the active delegates are already there. But once he is enabled in terms of speaking, then everything becomes red and he can mute himself or he can share some documents. Here there is the view of the remote participant, and here you see, the environment and the people attending the meeting. Then when you go to, let's go, okay. When you go to configure, the hybrid meeting, you see in the configuration page of the DICENTIS conference system, a cloud here on the corner, and depending on the cloud status, which is the system status. So with this icon, with this icon, the system is preparing the hybrid. With the white cloud, the hybrid application is ready for use. And if there is a red cloud, then it means that you have a technical issue, so you need to check the details. So these are more or less all the operational functions you need to know in order to have a full running hybrid meeting together with the wireless and the wired. In terms of hints and tips, it's important that your product is marked with week 17, year 17, week number 1 or higher. Means that you have something like year 16, I don't know, week 32 is not feasible to be updated. But if you have a week 1701 or higher, then definitely you can easily update your wireless access point. Looking at the wireless and wired, the data audio routing, as already mentioned, you have to remember that needs to be set up in mix minus and processed. And if we look to the limitation, the things that are not available in the wireless system currently are the response discussion mode, the voting scenarios requiring options. The WAP wireless redundancy is not supported. As you know, in standalone mode, you can have 2 WAPs because one is the redundancy. So this is the spare of the duty one. So you have one duty and one spare. And there is no support for REST API in the DICENTIS control mode because DICENTIS is working with the .NET APIs.